Hi everyone, welcome back to StarNotes. I am Ryan, I am the assistant video editor here at The Star, and I'm joined by...
I'm Emily, I'm the news editor at the Northern Star.
I'm Nia, I'm a photojournalist at the Northern Star.
And today we're going to be going over the top 10 Christmas movies that you should see this holiday season. Not everything on this list is a traditional Christmas movie. Some of these on this list are just movies you can watch over the Christmas holiday season. They can be winter movies and, just something to watch over the holiday season. So we are going to start with number 10 with 2012's Rise of the Guardians. So have you guys ever heard, and can you explain why you picked Rise of the Guardians is number 10?
So I picked Rise of the Guardians as number 10 because essentially the movie is about Jack Frost finding himself, but it's also about the other like magical creatures during every season. Like we have the Easter Bunny, we have Santa Claus, we have the Tooth Fairy, we have the Sandman, and so essentially they're all fighting against this evil force. But the main theme of the movie is Jack Frost is finding out who he is.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh man, well, that's something for you to watch.
You have to see it. It's really good.
I don't know if honestly half the stuff on our list I don't know if I've ever seen. But
I mean, you looked over the list, so yeah.
Yeah.
The thing I would say about Rise of the Guardians is it's pretty interesting that has all the different sort of holidays and seasons. So that definitely makes it more unique than anything else on this list.
That's why it would be 10. Maybe I would give maybe even a 15 ranking.
15, yeah.
Yeah, because it
seems fair. Yeah, I actually completely forgot about this film until 10 minutes ago when you were making this list, but it seems to have performed really well. It has a decent Rotten Tomatoes on the film, so obviously it's worth checking out, and that is our number 10. So we are going to move on to number 9 with 1990's Home Alone, the first Home Alone in the Home Alone franchise.
I promise I've seen Home Alone.
I hate Home Alone.
Yeah, we had to do a lot of haggling to get Home Alone not number 10.
Home Alone is so bad. His parents should have went to jail. You lost him and left him at home the first time, and then you lose him in an airport in a completely different city.
Well, we're talking about Home Alone 1 here, not Home Alone 2.
Both of them. They both suck. Christmas movie or not.
What makes it a good Christmas movie, in my opinion, is just the comedy aspect of it. I think it has the most absurd comedy I've ever seen in a live-action Christmas movie, and also Child Macaulay Culkin was hilarious in that movie, and just the entire franchise in general. I think the acting was just phenomenal. Everything about it. If you haven't seen Home Alone, the 1991, I would go see it.
His face from the Home Alone movie, isn't that the one that's been made into memes before? I think.
Has he?
That's the one where he's patting the stuff
Oh,
on his face.
yeah. The one he was shaving and then they put on the aftershave. Yeah, for sure. And I feel like Home Alone is kind of like every kid's dream, right? Especially during Christmas. No.
I would have been terrified. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna eat.
Well, no, he had all the. Yeah. Okay, we can't spoil too much, but gist of the story, synopsis, right? The main character, Kevin, is sort of left alone in a family vacation, and he's kind of left to his own devices against two thieves.
You have been terrified to be left home alone?
I live in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
It was also filmed in Chicago.
Look. This is middle class Chicago.
Okay.
Okay. I would get, but I live in Chicago. I would have been terrified for my life.
So number 8, we have Frosty the Snowman, the 1969 short. So can you guys explain that? Why you put it number 8? Oh, first of all, go through the synopsis first.
I would say I think Frosty the Snowman's cute. I mean, it's a cartoonish movie. There's they're the most basic summary, I guess. There's a bunch of kids, and Frosty the Snowman, he gets a bill, and then he basically comes alive and talks and everything until police are oh no, you can't be alive, you have to go away. So
it's sad, but I think my favorite part is the music, right?
Yeah,
the theme song
the
is the theme song is so iconic. I feel like it's just criminal if we didn't include it in here. No,
it's creepy.
If
I'm building a snowman and the snowman comes to life, it's over with.
Well, you can tell who built this list and who didn't. Anyway,
are you talking about the live action one or the animation?
I was talking about the animated one.
Yeah, the animated. I said the 1969 one. Yeah,
the live.
They
action
had a
one
live
is
action.
It's creepy too.
Oh no,
they had live action.
Yeah, it's a live action.
Maybe
one.
that's a good reason we don't know.
Okay. I know the live action.
I've only
one.
ever seen the animated one, but if there's a live action one, I watched it where like a snow.
Oh,
it would be. I feel like it would be
no.
creepy.
That
It's
is-
so creepy.
I feel like a live action
Hold
snowman
on.
would be creepy.
Let me just show.
And he's huge. He's huge.
Let me just show
That's
the
what
camera.
I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I ain't never seen the animation.
That's what it looks like.
Oh,
God, yeah.
Do you
No.
see that? Do you see that? That's what I'm saying. No.
This looks
What's with the face though? You're
Look,
so
it's like
angry.
he was super tall in the movie.
Oh,
So,
no.
Yes, I would be terrified. I don't know who be coming up with these Christmas movies.
Okay, well the animated snowman doesn't look that creepy.
no.
Like,
I think the animated snowman's cute.
it doesn't even, I can't even find the Rotten Tomatoes on it. It's that bad.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's terrifying.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Anyway, moving on, because that's not, we watch the animated one, not the live action one. So number 7, we have 1994's Santa Claus. So
Ooh. These are one of my favorite movies from Disney. Essentially, it's kind of bad, but this guy is with his son on like Christmas Eve, and they go onto the roof because they think Santa's there. And so as they're on the roof, they accidentally kill Santa. And because Santa has died, they need a new one, and the guy becomes Santa Claus. And so the whole movie is about him becoming Santa Claus. And there's like 3 of them. They're amazing.
I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen it, but I don't watch a whole lot of movies, if I'm being fairly honest.
why would we say this Santa Claus is better than Home Alone, Rise of the Guardians, and Frosty the Snowman? What makes this?
First of all, 1, it's not creepy.
Oh yeah, no, okay. Wait, wait,
Nothing-
the animated one or the live action one?
Both. Listen, I'm just saying, just in general, this movie is not creepy. It's a good movie for the kids. It's about a father bonding with his son.
I mean,
We actually get to see Santa Claus become Santa Claus. And in this first movie, he doesn't even have a Mrs. Claus, so it's just him.
But is killing Santa Claus a good thing?
Okay, I get he kills Santa.
I mean, it's interesting.
It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yes.
It's really
Yeah.
interesting. I will say this is one of my absolute favorite Christmas movies. And there's like 3 of them.
Well, based on that recommendation, add that to your list. So we are going to move on to number 6, which is 2003's Elf. So with Will Ferrell, one of the first Will Ferrell films I really actually enjoyed. So Elf is about a little baby that's taken by the Santa Claus's elves and then kind of grows up with them, and then chaos ensues. Basically, it's a really funny comedy Christmas movie. So if you want to laugh and if you are a fan of Will Ferrell,
I mean, I know
Definitely.
Will Ferrell's an elf.
I love his outfit in that, though. His outfit is so good.
oh
He's
yeah,
got
it's like
memes made out of him.
There's so many
I feel like
elf
there's gotta be
memes.
some.
there's maybe not appropriate memes.
Okay.
They just all make him look weird, and
I didn't really like this movie because as a tall person, he looks weirdly tall.
well, but isn't that kind of the point? Is like
It's
he
the,
wasn't,
like-
yeah,
Yeah, that's the whole point of the movie, like him being a tall elf.
yeah, and he's like doesn't really fit with most of them,
Yeah.
right? Because he isn't. So, I don't know. I think
I
Elf.
love like Will Ferrell. He's a really good actor, and he has like very good comedic timing. But I don't think it's my favorite.
Well, we have 5 more to go, so one of these is bound to be your favorite, right?
Yes,
All right.
definitely.
So we are going to move on to number 5, and this is my personal like addition to it, which is 1995's Balto. So if you've never heard of Balto before, most people haven't. But basically, it's about this like sort of half wolf, half dog, and he delivers medicine to sick children in Alaska. I think it's a diphtheria outbreak. It's a really good story about adventure, friends, and just an overall very underrated movie. It was overshadowed by Lion King the year before. That's why no one's ever heard of it. It is also Universal, so that is also the other thing. But it is a really good story. I highly recommend it. You guys never heard of it, but
I mean, oh yeah.
I mean, it sounds cute.
It sounds
though.
cute. It
It
sounds
does sound cute.
it kind of reminds
Like,
me
that's
of All
really
Dogs Go to
sweet.
Heaven. Like, what's your rating?
well, it's actually my number 1 film of all time. So
Like, all time, like
all
no
time.
Chris-
All time.
Never-
no,
oh.
literally, like it's above my other favorite films of all time.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mainly because I mean, this isn't getting outside of Christmas territory, but just the actual storyline of it is one of the best I've ever seen. The villain, Steel, is actually one of my favorite villains also of all time. So they just do a really good job with fleshing out the characters. I also really love winter films. This is more like a winter film than a stereotypical Christmas film. It definitely can be classified as a Christmas film. I did research on it, and it is technically classified as a Christmas film, which is surprising to me. But yeah. So based on what I've heard so far, have I sold you guys enough to watch Balto over the holiday season?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes?
I'd say so.
Oh, yeah. I don't know where to watch it because I got the DVD, and it's the only DVD I have. But yeah, good luck. I don't know where it is. It's Universal. It might be. Let
To
me see.
still have something on DVD in 2024
Hey,
is outrageous.
I haven't.
It is absurd.
It's a really good. Oh, and also, if you are interested in the Balto franchise, do not watch Balto 2 and do not watch Balto 3. Those are some of the worst films I've ever seen because. The original Balto is based off a true story. It's like 1925. It's called The Ceremony. You can look it up. But basically, it kind of follows the same story, but obviously the animated adaptation sort of like twisted it and made it more animated friendly. So they added some characters that obviously wouldn't be in the real story. But Balto in 2 and 3, they just kind of took the characters and then put them at like really weird crossovers and characters. It's not good. Do not watch it. Watch the first one. Highly recommend it. Oh, and you can also watch it on YouTube movies, but I don't know if anyone watches that, to be honest. And Amazon Prime Video for $3.99.
That kills me. I don't
Why?
know what. What I'm saying is, like, even with my favorite Christmas movie, every time it gets around Christmas or fall time, you have to pay for a movie that's 10 plus years, like, old.
Well,
And you have it on DVD. The fact that you have it on DVD is a problem.
see, I actually have a DVD player. So
Who still has a DVD
well,
player?
do you have a do you have a console?
Listen, that's different.
Yeah, that's how I use
different.
it. Yeah, but other than that, we are going to move on. We've been on Balto for way too long. Please watch it. Highly recommend. So number 4 is the Grinch movie. And this is the Jim Carrey one, 2000. So I know one of us this is one of their favorite movies of all time.
This is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Do you want to explain why we put it at number 4 and not number 1?
First of all, I disagree with that. It should have been at number 1. My family will watch it every day. Every day. You should have heard like my sister talking about it when I was putting it on the list. We watch it every day. Jim Carrey, like, he's one of my favorite actors because of that movie.
And would you just go over like just the general synopsis before we move on?
So it is completely a Christmas movie. Like, it is totally a Christmas movie. And so the movie starts off with like a little baby lost, and he gets found in this town called Whoville. And essentially he's a menace to this town. Like, he's done horrible things to this town. He lights a Christmas tree on fire, steals he steals everybody's things on Christmas. And then he finds a heart. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, wasn't this like the what is it? The animated Grinch one, the one that came before this?
Yeah, it's an animated adaptation, but nobody remembers that one because Jim Carrey did this so good.
It was the 1966 version. That's the one I remember. Would you say it's kind of similar to that? I feel like most people have watched that.
I would say like the one thing I love about like Grinch remakes, they keep it pretty close to the originals. Like, he's always gonna steal Christmas from the Whoville town, and he's always gonna be a menace to society.
But Jim Carrey takes us to it. I know the last episode of StarNotes, we talked at length about Jim Carrey's role in Sonic 3. He's a very talented actor.
Yes.
But honestly, he that live action Grinch terrifies me a little bit.
I've done extensive research on the Grinch. And so, like, when he was in the Grinch, he embodied the Grinch so much that he was literally a menace on set.
I can't imagine
He
that.
was a menace on set.
That's crazy, man. Well, do you have any thoughts before we move on?
I mean, I love the Grinch. I don't know. I think my favorite part is like, I think it's when he's like going through his schedule or something, and he's like, "Oh, I can't cancel dinner with myself again," and I was like, "Oh."
I don't remember that.
I don't know.
scene.
I find it funny, but
I'm sure there's a lot of comedic points in it, but yeah, Jim Carrey. I think Jim Carrey alone should be a reason to at least check it out. If you can squeeze or accept the fact that the Grinch kind of looks like that.
He's not creepy.
He's not as creepy as the Frosty the Snowman live action.
I will say though, I don't consider this movie is technically a musical because they do sing in it, but the songs are really good. I'm gonna disclaimer. So.
All right,
That's true.
so that's something definitely to add to your Christmas list, and we are now in our top 3. So, yeah. All right. So, number 3, we have 2013's Disney Frozen film. The first one, not the second one. But yeah. All right. Frozen is classic sort of Christmas. It's not really a Christmas movie, but it is a winter movie. So, this fits very nicely. Do you guys want to just like talk about Frozen's synopsis real quick, just in case for those of us who's never seen it?
Well, there's 2 sisters, Anna and Elsa. They, like, when they were younger, they were, like, playing, like, in the snow one day, and then Elsa has magical powers, and she, like, zapped on, like, completely on accident. And then I think this was when, like, after their parents, like, died, they, like, went on a ship, I think, and then, like, I don't know. Like, but
Wait, is that very accurate? You'd say?
No.
Do you not watch TV?
I've watched
Okay,
Frozen, but
so
it's been a bit.
The movie starts off like with this family. They're royalty. Their parents are the king and queen of this area. The parents go on a trip.
But they do die.
They do that. The parents go on a trip because their daughter has secret powers and they kind of want to find out like a solution for it or something like that. They go on the trip, they die, and so the daughter separates herself from her sister because she had previously hurt her, and now they're grown up, and the one with the powers is going to become queen, and then the other sister finally gets to go outside, and she gets married. She wants to get married to this random guy.
That she just met.
And then the other sister.
Wait, is this the blonde-haired guy or
I don't like him, so I ain't never remember his name. The brunette.
the brunette? Oh no, I hate that guy.
Loves an open door song.
Oh no.
And while she's telling her that she's getting married, she takes off the other sister's gloves, and we find out that the town found out that she has powers, and she runs away, and then the sister has to go get her. There we go.
Yeah, and then we won't spoil the rest, but yeah, that's basically how it goes. But
if you have not seen Frozen at this point in your life, I don't know what you're doing.
yeah, honestly, I'd have to agree, especially after Frozen 2 came out. We don't talk about Frozen 2, but
Frozen 2 is good.
debatable. Let's hope that, we did talk about Moana 2 and sequels, Disney sequels, so
What about the reindeer?
okay.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
Sven
Sven?
and Olaf
Yeah,
are
Sven
in the
and Olaf.
movie,
Olaf,
and they're
yeah.
reindeer and snowmen. So it's technically considered a Christmas movie because of reindeer and snowman. And why wouldn't it be a Christmas movie?
I love Olaf.
Olaf,
so funny.
Olaf
and
is
cute.
funny. Olaf is
Okay.
funny and cute.
And
I like-
he's short like me.
well,
Is that the only reason why you
Is
like
that-
Olaf?
Maybe.
cut. Anyway, so number 2, we have the 2004 Polar Express. So it was a hard battle between this and number 1, but you feel like it should be number 1?
I don't feel like it should be number 1.
Oh, you feel you want Grinch?
I
Yeah.
don't like Polar Express.
Really?
The
I want to.
plot. Okay, so essentially in the Polar Express, there's this little kid right before Christmas, and there's this Christmas train that takes kids to the North Pole, and so that's essentially what the movie's about. He meets Santa and all that stuff, but the plot is weird. So like the first part of the majority of the movie, they're on the train going to the North Pole, and it seemed in my little kid brain that movie was like 3 hours.
But isn't that a good thing though?
No.
I don't know. Me personally, Polar Express, the storyline is, I think, really good for a Christmas movie. The visuals for 2004 are crazy.
It is really good.
And like I still remember clear as day the entire plot line and the specific scene. No, but yeah, Polar Express for me, I don't know about you, but we did put it number 2 on the list. So just Polar Express is so memorable. Also, Tom Hanks is the conductor.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I like this movie, because Tom Hanks is in it. Anything Tom Hanks is in is good.
No, I did hate the kid with the glasses though. I did hate that kid. No one I think that was kind of the point. But yeah, Polar Express. There's also, it was based off a book also too.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. Let me actually check that. I do have the book. That's why.
I don't know. If it was based off a book, I probably would enjoy that more than the movie.
So Polar Express was actually based off a book. It was a 1985 book of the same name by Chris Van Allsbury. I don't think that matters, but yeah. No, it is based off of a book. So does that change your sort of
no.
perception?
The only reason I I would put Polar Express as number 2 is because Tom Hanks is in it. And Tom Hanks, I love him.
Yeah, but overall, just to wrap on Polar Express, it's an incredibly memorable movie. Really good storyline, really good actors. Just the visuals for 2004 are crazy. I would say in terms of the most Christmas movie, this is probably the most Christmas movie on this entire list.
No.
And that is why.
No. No, I disagree. Wholeheartedly, I disagree.
What is it, The Grinch?
Yes.
For you? Okay.
Yeah. It's always going to be The Grinch. It's always going to be The Grinch. And it's not even my favorite Christmas movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I will agree with you. It's the 1966 version.
No.
All right. Well, we have finally come to number 1. And this is an absolute, if you haven't seen it already, I'm pretty sure people have seen it. Our number 1 movie that you should see over this holiday season is 1993's Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
Right.
100%.
Yes. Even more than The Grinch?
No.
Well,
I saw it, I think, for like the first time. Like, it was this year. It was like last month, I think.
No. Get her out. Get her out.
Shunned.
Well, because I thought
Shame.
Shame on you. Dishonor on your whole family.
I thought that like I'd seen it before, but then my sister and I, they were like showing it in the theater, like I guess a special showing, like back home for I think like Halloween probably.
For Halloween
You know
is
what?
interesting.
You know what?
I don't know, but I saw it and I was like, oh, I think like I was like 90% sure that's my first time seeing it, but I was like, I don't know, if I did see it, I don't remember seeing it, but
Your movie and TV taste make me so upset. Cause ain't no way.
Well, but it is interesting you brought it up that you watch over Halloween. I think this is up for debate. Nightmare Before Christmas is a Christmas movie. No doubt.
I agree.
Okay.
No, you agree?
I agree, but as someone who also loves Halloween, it is also a Halloween movie.
Yeah.
And Henry Selick does some of the stuff for Nightmare Before Christmas. And he's the guy who makes Coraline, the Kubo and Two Strings. And he's known for doing like Halloween stuff.
I guess that's what makes this super special, right?
Yeah. This is one of my favorite Disney movies.
This is actually on my list
Yeah.
too. One of my favorite films of all time. Actually, Tim Burton is an amazing director. He has some of the greatest films I've ever seen. All of my favorites, and just Jack Skellington is actually one of my favorite characters.
We got to do a synopsis for this.
Yeah. So I know we kind of branched into talking about this really fast, but can we just go into what the synopsis? What is Night Before Christmas actually all about?
As someone who has only seen it once, you definitely can't do it. Okay, so we're introduced to a Halloween town, and so Jack Skellington is like, I would say not the mayor, but he's the mayor in my. He's not the mayor in my opinion. He's just the main character.
He's the king.
He's
There
the
is a mayor.
Yeah,
Isn't
there is a
there?
mayor.
Yeah.
Character. There is a mayor, but he's like the top dog.
Oh yeah.
And so we go along in the town, and it's a Halloween town. And he discovers the other seasons, and one of the seasons he discovers is Christmas, and he decides that he's gonna be Santa Claus.
Big mistake, but
Yes.
great for our enjoyment.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of morbid. There is a cemetery involved. Mind you, he is from Halloween Town. So be mindful that this movie can be considered creepy if you're a little kid is watching it.
Not as creepy as a live action Frosty the Snowman.
Yes,
I'll give you that.
sure,
And not as creepy as the 2000 Grinch either. I'm
Not
joking.
as creepy as Gremlins. Because
Oh,
that is a
God.
Christmas movie.
No,
that is
no.
technically a Christmas movie. That's all I'm going to say.
Gremlins is a Christmas movie?
Yes, because in the beginning of Gremlins, the guy comes back from China and he gives him a gremlin as a Christmas present.
Oh gosh.
That is a
No.
Christmas movie.
Not in my book. Why did we put Night Before Christmas before or after all of the others? Why do we think this is the best?
I would say this is the best because I can enjoy it during Halloween and Christmas.
Yeah, there is that little in between Halloween and Christmas. Have you ever thought of watching this over Thanksgiving?
Maybe.
Is there a Thanksgiving season there that makes an appearance? I don't think so, right?
I don't know, because in my mind, you just watch Christmas movies for Thanksgiving. There's no classified Thanksgiving movies.
There isn't. And the truth is, you could watch any of these any time of the year, but
That's true.
that has been our top 10 list of movies you should watch over this holiday season. With that concludes this episode of StarNotes, and this is also the final episode of StarNotes for the fall semester. We will be picking up back in the spring semester, and we have some interesting changes in the works for you guys. So if you agree with our Christmas list, leave them down in the comments below. If you have any of your own suggestions, leave them also in the comments down below. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching this semester. We will all see you in the spring semester, and thank you guys for watching. See you next time.
Why didn't you tell me this was the last episode for the semester? No. Oh my God.